Okay, guys, here's the situation.
Hey, get out of here, boy.
Here's the situation. We tied in our predictions. It comes down to the final Monday night game. Packers, Falcons, whoever's pigskin pick'em score was closer wins, and the other person gets dressed up. So we'll see.
So I won. Barely. That's
Welcome back to week 5 of the NFL prediction show. I am in a hot dog suit.
He is.
Super fun, super awesome. I really hope I just didn't blow out the speakers there, but you know, it is what it is. I'm angry. I lost. Screw the Packers. I thought they were going to score 42 points.
They just did not do that.
That's very unfortunate. Anyway, I'm glad you guys made it to our next episode. We're going to be going over week 5 this week. And as always, type in code Simps, capital SIMPS, for 90% off your next G Fuel order. All right.
One of these days we're going to get sued.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just going to get struck down.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what. I mean, I don't think that raid of the G Fuel house helped us.
No, not at all.
We got a lot of G Fuel out of it, though.
We did.
But now they know our name.
Fuck.
Anyway, thanks for watching the last video. We had more of an audience on the last one, so that's a positive. And I know we're excited to be back. I'm not excited to be in this right now, but it is what it is. You live with it. And we move on. This is part of the gig. Gig. And I will say, it was close.
It was very close.
We were tied all the way through, and then it was just a matter of score, and technically his was closer, but
it is what it is, you know.
look at you, all happy over there. I hate you.
I'm very happy. 2 in a row. I mean, score.
I really am 0-2.
You are.
But I lost to a tiebreaker, so I'm like relatively fine with it. Not really. I mean, look at me. This is terrible. Anyway, so we need you guys for this coming week, for the next show. We need you guys to comment right now. Pause the video. Pause it. Stop. And comment a punishment that you would want to see for us, for the loser. Okay? Do it. If you don't do it, I'm going to be mad. Okay? But for this coming week, we decided that our punishment will be a concoction that one of us has to drink throughout the whole duration of the next show, consisting of 5 foods that we enjoy by itself. Say hot dogs, ice cream, pizza.
Exactly.
But you blend it all up into one. And said loser has to drink that throughout the whole show.
They have to finish it by the end of the show, by the last prediction.
This is a big week.
Yeah.
This is definitely a week you don't want to lose.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. With that being said, let's talk a little bit about last week. Let's just get into our happy and sad teams, shall we?
Happy and sad.
We'll let you start it off, Tyler. Who is your happy team this week?
My happy team this week, I think I'm going to have to go... Ooh.
Should have had this done before the show, Tyler.
You know, I should have had this done before the show. I didn't look at my happy team.
You didn't do your homework.
You know, I'm going to put my happy team as the Seahawks. They're 4-0.
That's a good choice.
You know, they're just really, you know, performing well. I would be happy to be a Seahawks fan. Too bad I'm not, but I'm a Chiefs fan, so.
Too bad you're not. You're a Chiefs fan. Yeah, you got to relax. You got to relax. We don't want to be a Seahawks fan when we have the Chiefs at our disposal.
Oh,
also,
for sure.
New background.
New flag.
New change of scenery. But yeah. Anyway, my happy team this week is the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen is looking like an MVP candidate. Let me tell you. He looks so good. He is connecting with all of his receivers, Stephon Diggs specifically. They look insane. And their defense is still solid, like really good, actually. They're 4-0 going into this week. And who do they play? They play Who do they play? They play the Titans this week, so it'll be a little bit of a tougher matchup. But I think they're gonna keep doing well.
Yeah, I will say I was wrong about Josh Allen. last week. I said he was going to stop doing well, and he's still doing well.
He's still doing it. He's Josh Allen.
We'll see how it does.
Put some respect on the name. You should have known. Anyway, sad teams.
All right. I actually have two sad teams.
Two sad teams. Is that illegal?
It might be, but I think for this week it applies. It's going to be the Steelers and the Titans, the two teams that did not play football this week. It's pretty... I'd be depressed.
It was a depressing week for the Steelers and for the Titans. They didn't get to play because of a pandemic. And side note, pretty sure everyone in our apartment right now has COVID.
Yeah, so. That's a very high. I believe we could both have COVID. Right
oh, I'm sure we do.
Yeah,
I'm sure we do. I'm literally I'm sick with COVID and I have a hot dog costume on. I don't think anything could be worse.
That's twice the L's.
That is 2 times the L. But 4 times the L for the Falcons, who are my sad team this week. They're going to be my sad team until they win a game. I want to put that out there. Look at put the photo of the Falcons fans with the bags over their head on right now. Yeah, that's how you should be feeling. You guys suck. You're terrible. And who you guys play this week? Who is it? They play
the Panthers.
They play the Panthers this week. If you guys lose to the Panthers this week, I don't even know what to say to you. I don't even know. But yeah, so it's the Falcons again. No surprise there. I think this is a good time. Let's just jump right into our predictions for Week 5.
Let's do it.
Okay, Tyler. Leading off the slate this week is the Bucks at the Bears. Who do you have?
I'm gonna say ahead of time. I know this is a bad week to lose, but I went a little risky with it this week on a lot of the picks. Well, actually not a lot, but there's a few questionable ones out there.
Okay.
This week for Tampa Bay, I went with the Bears.
Interesting.
Tampa Bay. Mainly because I don't know. I just feel like the Bears are still doing good. Like I just had a gut feeling. You get
just a gut feeling.
You get them.
That's all it is.
That's
to that
mostly
one?
what it is.
Wrong. This week it's the Bucks. The Bears look like shit last week. Nick Foles is not who he said he was.
It was at this moment Jackson knew. He fucked up.
He lied. So yeah, this one's the Bucks for sure. Your own one. I'm 1-0.
Nope.
That's
wrong.
just how it works.
Wrong.
Okay. Panthers, Falcons. Come on, Falcons. I picked the Falcons this week. Please don't disappoint me.
Once again, I was feeling Falcons, but my gut said Panthers.
Look at us. 2 different ones off the bat. This never happens.
I told you, it's gonna be a crazy week.
Ooh, crazy week. We're feeling it. All right. Third matchup, Bills, Titans.
I went with the Bills.
I did as well. Like we said, Josh Allen, crazy. He's an MVP. He might be the MVP. Like, not really even being sarcastic on that one.
He could.
They're 4-0. Yeah, they're 4-0. They're establishing themselves as a legit team, a legit, deep playoff contender right now. That's how good they look.
If they beat the Titans here, I would say they have a very good shot.
And Josh Allen is clearly the best player. Well, okay, as far as MVPs go, he's playing that way. Obviously, he's not the best quarterback in the NFL, but he's playing like it. Next up, Bengals, Ravens. Whew, that's a toughie.
Ravens, obviously.
Ravens. Okay, moving on.
Move on.
Raiders, Chiefs.
That's an obvious one, too.
That's another obvious.
Chiefs.
Yeah, this one's the Chiefs again. I just don't think the Raiders can keep up. They haven't looked that great in their last couple games. Patty Mahomes, he's got it. Rams and Washington football team.
Went with the Rams. For a second, I was almost picking Washington football team, but I went with the Rams.
I actually low-key kind of thought about the Washington football team for a second, but the Rams still look really good, and I don't think the defensive front of Washington can keep up. So there's that. Cardinals, Jets.
I went with the Cardinals.
Yeah, I went with the Cardinals
Jets
as well.
Suck.
Yeah, last year this would have been a shit show matchup, but the Cardinals are good now, and the Jets still suck.
They still suck.
They're terrible. Awful. No good. So yeah, Cardinals, we've agreed on a couple in a row now. What do we got next? We got the Eagles versus the Steelers. Interesting one, because the Eagles came off a big win.
They did. And the Steelers are coming off a week of not playing. but I still went Steelers.
Yeah.
It's just that they're playing really well, and the Eagles are still just really bad.
They're playing really well, and they have a week of rest. That means
Yeah.
all their players are going to be fresh. Hopefully, they're still warm enough to where they're not going to just blow out all their ACLs in the first quarter. But
Yeah.
So Steelers got their bye week. They're going to win that one. Although the Eagles did look a lot better. Carson Wentz, you're stepping it up. Next, Jags versus Texans.
I went with They're the Jags actually
Ooh.
over the Texans. I have kind of lost confidence in the Texans without Hopkins. So
And they look awful.
I just got another feeling, and it's the Jags.
That's. I mean, honestly, that's a good feeling. In a normal week, I probably would agree with you. But for some reason, I have a feeling that the Texans are going to win. Actually, no, I have reasons. They fired Bill O'Brien finally, which means they're going to have a fresh little start. They were kind of getting bogged down by that whole situation, I think. Towards the end of the Texans-Vikings game, the Texans finally had to step it up a little bit, and they started moving the ball downfield. I think they got a little bit of momentum off that. They still lost, which sucks for them. But Texans are going to play a lot better. Jags are my second favorite team, like I've said before. But Texans are going to get their first win.
Okay.
Next up, Dolphins, 49ers.
I went with the 49ers. Obviously, the 49ers are just the better team.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
I went with the Dolphins.
You went with the Dolphins.
I went with the Dolphins in this one.
I have zero confidence.
Fitz magic. I have the full confidence in the Dolphins. They've actually looked solid. They've been keeping up with some solid teams, and the 49ers look pretty bad. They had a pretty brutal loss last week.
Yeah.
To the Eagles. So.
Yeah.
And the Eagles were Dolphins level coming into last week. So.
Well.
But and then the Dolphins they played really well. They played really well.
I also am going off the fact that I didn't watch any games on Sunday.
Great. Good for you. Making predictions off of nothing. Good
I am
job.
making predictions off of something. I've watched a couple highlights.
I've watched one highlight video. I'm doing fine.
Yeah, but I still think I would genuinely think that the 49ers are going to win this game.
Upset.
Okay.
That's all I got to say. Upset. Next up, Colts-Browns. I'm going with the Colts in this one. I think the Browns are probably the better team, but I think the Colts are going to be able to slow down the run game, which is what dominates. So, I went Colts.
See, I went with the Browns specifically because now their passing game is working for them. Odell had 3 touchdowns in their last game.
Odell looks really good. He's finally back. It looks like he has
Landry
a lot.
was doing well too.
Yeah, and well, he threw a 60-yard pass to Odell. That was crazy. So I think that definitely the chemistry is definitely up with their receiving core right now.
For that reason, I think that they are going to win.
Okay, I picked the Colts. Wow, we have a lot of differences in this one. This is going to be wild. Giants, Cowboys.
I said the Cowboys. As little faith as I have in the Cowboys, I think they're going to beat the Giants.
This is pretty much the first bad team that they're playing all year. Giants are 0-4. Cowboys have played tough competition. Cowboys are going to win this one.
Yeah.
Next up, Broncos versus the Patriots.
I said the Patriots. They just look defensively really solid.
Yeah, they stopped Patrick Mahomes for almost 3 quarters.
Yeah.
So
And I don't think the Broncos are going to be able to do very much against them. So.
no, and assuming Cam Newton's back, that also helps them. Also, side note, I'm so sorry, Patriots. I mean, well, not really. I hate you guys, and you guys have had so many breaks in the past, but you guys got screwed over this last game by the whole COVID thing, and then the refs really helped us out, honestly. But I think if Cam Newton was in the game, Chiefs would have played better, probably, would have had a little bit more motivation. We looked a little piss poor, and we got helped out, but it is what it is. Still fuck you, Patriots. Next, Vikings, Seahawks.
Seahawks. Vikings are just not as good as them.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson is better, and
as simply put as you can.
Yeah.
The Seahawks are way better. Seahawks win that one. Chargers, Saints, Monday night, last game of the week. Finishing off the slate. Who is it?
I went back and forth, but it is the Saints. I just think they're, once again, the better team.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one. I think it's going to be a relatively close game. Drew Brees is not what he used to be,
No.
but Saints are still going to win. So, what is your final score for that game, just in case it comes to a tiebreaker?
I actually thought that it was going to be pretty heavily to the Saints. It was going to be 31-17.
Ooh, okay. I picked 24-20. So, kind of in the same score range-ish. Closer game for me. Bigger margin for you. That will complete our predictions for Week 5. Now, it's time to move on to everybody's favorite section, Tommy's 2 cents. Let's get to it.
My 2 cents for the week is that the Eagles are going undefeated for the rest of the season and are winning the Super Bowl. But that's just my opinion.
Wow, that was inspirational.
I always love hearing what he has to say,
It's always just so mesmerizing. He has a way with words.
and he's never wrong.
No, never wrong.
Not
And
once.
Can we just note how beautiful his balcony looked?
Oh, amazing.
His balcony. Like, we went over to his house and filmed on his balcony. He had it all set up
He
for
did
us.
that himself.
Yeah, all himself. It was beautiful.
Wow.
Great job, Tommy. So now it's time to move on to our oddly specific predictions. This is the section where we just kind of make things up and pray to God that it happens.
That's about as close as you can say.
Yeah, and if there is a tie in our predictions, then we go to the specific predictions, and
And usually that won't help us at all.
yeah, and it probably won't happen the entire year, but we're gonna try. Last week, mine was that Sammy Watkins was gonna have a 30-plus yard touchdown in the 7 to 8 minute mark of the second quarter. I'm gonna tone it down a little bit.
That was a little bit too
A
specific.
little too specific. But this week, I'm going to go with that the Browns are going to score exactly 14 points in the second quarter.
Okay.
I was going to say 13 and that they were going to miss an extra point, but I think that was a little much. A little much.
Okay. I am going with the fact that in the second half of the Titans game, Derrick Henry is going to run for a 70-plus yard touchdown
In the second half,
in the second half.
Derrick Henry. Mm-hmm. Got it. All right. Those are some solid, oddly specific predictions. I think that just about caps off our video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys made it this far, because we had so much fun making this video.
You not so much.
No, not so much. But to that we say, it's NFL, baby. Let's move on to Week 5.